Your life as a lion cub. Congratulations, you've been born as one of the most powerful and respected animals of all time. By humans, anyway. Unfortunately for you, you are born blind, deaf, and pretty much defenseless, which would be pretty alarming if you weren't being protected by anything less than a whole pride of lions. Your mother, knowing your birth was imminent, found a comfy little place away from the rest of the pride to give birth because your big cousins will want to play, but don't know how to play nice with something as fragile as you. For a few weeks, your only goal in life is to eat when your mother is in the den, grow, and hopefully not get found by the multitude of other predators on the savannah. When you're big enough, you'll be introduced to the pride. Your mother and all your aunts will be feeding you, and your father will protect you from other males. Why do you need protection from them? Don't worry about that part. Anyway, now 2 to 3 months old, you're no longer a defenseless potato. You get to play with your big cousins, eat a little meat with your family, and enjoy cuddles, play fighting, and the sweltering African sun. Have fun! You are now a juvenile male lion. You've been hanging around the pride since birth, you almost never missed a meal, and your father has successfully prevented countless challengers from taking over the pride to keep you and all your siblings safe. You've been growing like a weed over the past 2 or 3 years, and life is good. Well, except for the fact that your dad's been kind of stingy with sharing lately and he looks at you like he's sick of your face. Before you know it, you, 2 of your brothers, and a random cousin are being pushed out to the outskirts of your family's territory. Dad's only getting meaner and it's clear he doesn't want you around anymore, so the 4 of you skedaddle. Now without the support of your pride for the first time in your life, you wander around looking for food. You have to feed yourself now, and you barely know how to hunt. But luckily for you, you have the support of the other 3 wayward souls, who are also now just looking for a place to belong. It helps that you all grew up together and are tightly bonded, sometimes very tightly. The 4 of you form a coalition. You'll hunt side by side, protect each other for months or even years, and aside from a few dominance-related squabbles that rarely get too bad, you'll be inseparable. If you're lucky, you'll all one day stumble upon an unrelated pride with a tired old male, possibly around your father's age or older. You've become just the thing your father protected you from for the first few years, a threat to peaceful pride life. You may not have to take him down. He might recognize that he's outmatched and outnumbered and see his way out before any real blows have to be thrown, because at the end of the day, an injury on top of now being a nomad will not end well for him. But if you have to fight, so be it. Not all males are fortunate enough to form coalitions. In fact, solitude is much more common for a young male lion your age, but the will of the savannah has smiled upon you, and you're now the dominant male of your very own pride. Your mane is thick, your belly is full, and now it's your turn to start the process over again. Long live the king. Your life as a female lion. You've gone from the safety of your den with your mother to the open grasslands of an African savanna. You're adjusting to pride life, tightening social bonds within your family, and fitting into the complex social structure that is lion society. You spent your early days playing, tumbling around with the other cubs, and having your first taste of meat, a delicious treat that seems to magically show up just for you and your siblings whenever your mom and aunts come back looking exhausted, sometimes too much to even indulge in the feast with everyone else. None of this concerns you at first, until the day you find yourself being led away with the pride on important business. It's time you learned how to hunt. Unbeknownst to you, all the playing you've been doing with the other cubs since you could walk has been training you, sharpening your abilities to zero in on a target, pounce when the time is right, and stage coordinated attacks so that you can help bring home the bacon. Sometimes quite literally. Once you're adept at hunting, the pride has a slightly easier time keeping everyone fed as you take down zebras, gazelle, and even extra dangerous heavy-bodied prey like Cape buffalo. With the help of your pride's male, who is essential to catching prey by simply weighing them down and supplying more muscle. You're on the front lines playing an extremely important role, and if you slip up, the pride goes hungry. Rush in and it could be game over for you. All your food fights back, kicking, fighting, trampling, anything to stay alive. Your prey is poised for attack and dangerous, but so are you. Some of your aunts move into place, surrounding the herd and signaling out a target, preferably a very sick, very young, or very old individual that will go down without claiming the lives of some of your own. Some of you will work the target into position, holding it there, or even chasing it into the waiting jaws of the other lions. Dodging hooves and horns, you happen to be the first one who manages to get a hold on your prey's throat, locking your jaws around the windpipe, or in some cases covering the other animal's entire mouth and nose with your own mouth until all the fight is gone from them. Finally, you can all sit down and eat. You're now an established hunter, doing your part to keep everyone fed. Now that you've been at this hunting thing for a while, at about 2 years old, the other major half of your role becomes apparent. Whether you leave the pride or a new male moves in to replace your father before this happens, you'll have a litter someday, and spend a lot of time nursing them and their cousins and half-siblings. The cub's father will fight tooth and nail to keep everyone safe, and unless he loses a fight, you all have nothing to worry.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Animal villains that are just being animals. Scar. For those uninitiated with lion politics, this is how it goes. There's usually one male, several females, and all their cubs. If a new male lion comes in, he will do his best to take over the pride by challenging and running off the standing male. They almost never kill each other, but the fights can get bad if one doesn't back down soon enough. Once the fight is over, the new male will start making his own cubs, but before that, the old cubs have to go. This man wasn't a criminal, he was just a lion being a lion. Comment who I should do next.